everyone, and welcome to another episode of Impact with Elle. Today I'm going to talk about another more emotional, psychological topic, still similar to my last post, which was about, this sort of loss of community and seeing so much hostility out there. Well, this one is about a loss of common sense. I feel like we have become so hypersensitive and so PC that it's just becoming asinine. I mean, truly, anybody, if you can take a step back and be objective, would say these things are ridiculous. For example, I think that I'm a big skier. These rules with COVID are just unbelievable. So, you're not supposed to be next to somebody. You have to have your distance. You have to wear your mask and all of that, right? Everybody's used to that by now. So the ski areas are open at 25% capacity here in New Mexico. So that's already tough for them. But then they have everybody in a ski line because people are still trying to go skiing. And in the line, they're all lined up next to each other. And here you go, get on the chairlift, and you're only allowed to go one at a time or with your group, which may be a group of two. The lines for the chairlift are so long that people can stand for more than an hour. And I'm thinking, this is just nuts. There's no common sense. This has nothing to do with health standards. Yeah, we're trying to obey the rules, but it's absurd. Another common sense COVID thing that makes me nuts is the air travel rules. So again, you have to have your masks and your distance, and everybody's very strict about that in the airport. And then you get on an airplane shoulder to shoulder with somebody and row to row to row with people. And yet they continue the insanity about, oh, the bathrooms up front are going to be closed because that's only for the crew. So all of the rest of the plane has to use one bathroom. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So I don't know what's going on. It's like we've completely lost common sense, truly. And then I think about it, and it's like, what is common sense? Common sense. Well, okay, common is something that's unifying, right? We can all agree to. There is a commonness about it that we all understand. Well, okay, that's easy. And sense means actually making sense, right? It actually is something that we can describe and define and objectively determine. And here we are just abandoning both of these ideas. I don't know. It boggles my mind. I think it comes down to a lack of empathy. I think that we are just losing our humanity. And again, as I talked about before, our sense of community. It's just so disheartening. And when we lose empathy, we lose unity. So I don't know. I don't know how we recover that. I can tell you that technology is making empathy work. All the artificial intelligence and the technology between social media and internet and remote stuff. I mean, obviously these things are all good. I'm not saying those things are bad. But what I'm saying is that they separate us. And I think they create this division between people, and you lose empathy. One of my big things that I like to really harp on is people driving, people in cars. It makes me crazy. So they will cut you off, slam on the brakes, do horrible things, flip you off, whatever. I mean, people can have road rage like I'm sure all of you have experienced. And you think if you were standing next to somebody on the sidewalk, most likely they would not behave like that. They would not scream at you. They would not flip you off. But in their little bubble, in their shield, in their separation from reality, from you, from human interaction, they can act as horrible as they want. And I think we've just taken that very simple thing to a whole new level today with this sort of internet-based socialization. Another common sense insanity is, I don't know if you guys watch The Bachelor. I do. I'm happy to admit it. I like that stuff. It's a guilty pleasure. But, I was shocked to learn about the controversy with one of the contestants. Apparently, years ago in college, she went to an antebellum frat party. And so the current bachelor is Black. She's competing, and one of the 3 finalists, to marry this man. And she is now being accused of being a racist. because in college she went to an antebellum party. Really? I mean, what is going on? This stuff, it's got to stop. I mean, we've got to just stop. It's just gone way too far. You know, another one, I don't know, I'm full of these examples. Sorry guys, this is a long one, but I'm on a rant. So California proposed a new law that would make it illegal to have a separation between boys and girls sections in a children's store. Really? Why do we have boys and girls sections? To make it easier for shoppers who are going in to buy something for children. I'm sorry, it's not a gender thing. It's not negating anybody. It's not making any statement about anything. It's just making it easy to shop. You know, if you have a little boy who is identifying as a girl, great. Anybody could go into the girls section and get something. I mean, why is that offensive to anybody? I just feel like we are just wasting so much time, energy, and taxpayer money pursuing insanity. And somehow we have got to get back on track. We've got to get back to just being humans, to just being sensical, and to not being so sensitive.